Alright, so the first thing you want to do, this video by the way is on planting tomato plants. It's 8 weeks before the time you're supposed to put them in the ground according to my local college Clemson exchange. They give you a list of the planting dates each year, and we're about 8 weeks right now, give or take a couple of days, but it's really close. First thing you want to do is you got to figure out how many cells you want. This is 72 cells. This is a 10 by 20 flat, okay, and there's no holes in it, so I can bottom water. So I've got other videos on how to make this potting soil, okay, but it's really light and loomy looking, so it's in really good shape. Okay, so just taking, first thing is and I actually watch a guy, I love his channel. He's the one that I kind of, got the idea for how to do my seed starts and stuff. And I don't know how to say his last name, but it's Gary Pilchar or something like that. It's a shame that I should know. As many times as I've watched his videos, I should know by now. So anyway, it's really simple. First thing you do is I just knock it off like that. The other side. If you don't want to watch the other video, then know that this is 1 part vermiculite and 5 parts peat moss is what's in this soil. So then after you get it like that, he always talks about thumb packing stuff. A lot of times I'll use another tray, but these cells are so small that even when I try to pack them, with they don't pack very well. Now there's a couple ways you can do it. A lot of times he'll thumb pack and he'll go back and push the soil down, but it really doesn't. The plants can be the tomato seeds can be a 1/4 inch down, a 1/2 inch down. Just a little deep. I might put a little bit more in it just to kind of keep it kind of uniform. But the seeds will come up. So what I think is easier is to thumb pack it, put my seeds in a hole, and then scatter the dirt back over it. So that's my method. Okay, so the first step, and I've got a lot more of these to do, so I'm just showing you one. So you can see I just packed it nice and tight. Okay, and now we're going to put the seeds in the tray. Alright, so the next step after you've thumb packed them, and I try to make sure that each one's about the same level. I want my seeds to be about 1/4 inch, but if it's anywhere between 1/4 inch and a 1/2 inch, they'll be fine. The plants will come back up just fine through it. So now what I do is I save my seeds. Tomato seeds are really easy to save at the end of this growing season. I'll show you how to save tomato seeds if you don't know how to do it. I've got a real simple ferment way where you ferment the tomato seeds and stuff, and then I keep my tomato seeds for 2 years. These seeds are 2 years old. I checked these seeds like 2 weeks ago to make sure it was sprout, so I knew that the seeds are still good. So that's a good idea. All I do is I just try to clean my hands off so the seeds don't stick, and then it's the easiest way I can do it. I've tried paper and brushed them off and stuff, and then I just get a good amount in my hand. That's plenty. Make sure I put the cap on. I don't want the seeds falling over. These are celebrity tomato seeds I'm planting this tray with. Okay, and I'm gonna plant some more, and at the end of the video I'll show you all of them planted and other varieties that I've planted. Okay, so all I do is I try to get at least 2 seeds in each one. If I get 3 or 4, I don't care, but I want to get at least 2. That way I'm almost guaranteed to have germination in each cell. And then I just take a pair of scissors and cut one of them, or 2 of them, whatever. I try to leave 1 in each cell basically. So, but I don't want to have to worry about if I'm getting germination or not. I got plenty of seeds. Always order more seeds than you need. Seeds are cheap. You spend all this time planting them, you should have extra seeds so that you can have a germination in each cell. Okay, so I'm gonna finish planting these out. and you could, if you wanted to, go ahead and put the soil in and push the seeds down with something. You could do it that way too. This is a whole lot easier for me, in my opinion. But you know, everybody's different. What's easier for me might be harder for you, and vice versa. You see, it doesn't take long. You know, 30-45 seconds. I've got this whole tray planted. Not being very careful with how many. I've got thousands of seeds in that bottle. I'm starting 400 or 500 plants. And like I said, I mean, really, one tomato or two tomatoes, depending on how many you're growing, is, you know, one tomato's probably got 200-300, maybe even 400 to 500 seeds in it. So, I mean, most people, one tomato would be enough to save the seeds from for the next year. You could do 2 or 3 tomatoes really easily, and you definitely got enough. Okay, so then I just put my extra seeds back in. Okay, and then got my little tag that I wrote with the date, and I've got celebrity on it, and I've got the date. Today's date is 1/26, which is about 8 weeks from planting time. Okay, and then I just gently sprinkle my soil on top first. The reason why I kind of sprinkle it on top first is because I don't want to rub it and like move my seeds everywhere. Because when I put them in the tray, I did try to separate the seeds slightly, just so it's easier to cut them apart. Okay. It'd be better if I had like a workstation. This is a new greenhouse. I just hadn't, you know, completed all my benches and all my workstations and that kind of stuff yet. But in future videos, I'll have it, you know. But this is working really good. This isn't much harder. I got my little seat I sit on. It's not bad at all. It's good on the back. It's actually not a bad way at all to do it. Okay, so you get about the right amount, and then just kind of lightly brush it across the top. Okay, you don't want to pack it on top of the seeds, because then that makes it harder for the seeds to come through. You know, you can lightly tamper it, but don't pack it. You want the seeds to be able to come up through easy, but you want underneath the seed to be packed so that the roots have something solid to grow in, because that gives the roots more stability, which gives the tree more stability. So, and then that's all there is to it. So that's one flat right there done. Take my little marker, always put it in the top right, and that's a wrap. These tomato plants are planted, and that's all there is to it. And then in about 4 weeks, I'll show you how to transplant it. This is part 1 of a series on how to grow tomato plants, along with pruning and all the other things. Once again, I am in Zone 8 in South Carolina, and today is 2018, January 26th, and it's 8 weeks for planting season. Thanks for watching, and please subscribe and stay tuned. I'll have more videos. I'm going to do update videos so you can see how both the tomato plants and the pepper plants are growing. I'll probably do that about every 2 weeks. There's no reason doing it every week. So anyway, stay tuned. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.